it? Google, Google, Google! 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 Google, Google, Google! Shops. They took away clearings, all of the iconic stores, shops. Down at the global shops of O'Connell Street, where they're putting their money in today into foreign tills, we want them to hear us down there, and so they come and join us. They realise there's no benefit in having all this stuff if you don't have your basic freedom. So a lot of people down in Grafton Street, O'Connell Street, Henry Street today, we need to try and reach out to them whatever way we can and bring them up here. Now, today also in this, our beautiful capital city, the watermelons. You know who the watermelons are, don't you? The watermelons are communists, yes, because they're green on the outside and red on the inside. And these are the Green Party that have suddenly been resurrected. Imagine, they brought our country into financial disarray, financial destruction. We had to give away our financial sovereignty because of the Greens with their criminals Fianna Fáil. But amazingly, they have been resurrected. I'd say the election was fixed. That's my opinion. But Kieran Cuff, I saw today, is tweeting out, Kieran Cuff, who was re-elected to Europe, or elected, Kieran Cuff, who had shares in oil companies, many shares in oil companies, rightly so, because oil and gas are what we need. They were given to us to keep the lights on, and they will continue to keep the lights on. See how industrial wind turbines and all the fake renewables do not work. So, today suggested that they're closing here in Dublin today for bikes. Yeah, this is the latest. So this is why we see all over our capital city that they are going to start, they've already started taking down trees. You see all these beautiful trees in our capital, red bows around them. They're going to get the chop any day for 5G. Shameful. These trees were planted by our ancestors who would not benefit of them, but they knew that we would. They took decades to grow, and they're going to be destroyed in their thousands to introduce carcinogenic 5G, which will be used to spy on us and to target the orphan squad that we are here. It is shameful, but Kieran Cuff today is tweeting out that the streets of Dublin, some of the streets are going to be closed because this is all about removing. They do not want us to have our cars. They've told us in 10 years' time, no more cars. Let's not pretend that electric cars are going to get us anywhere. And this is part of the communist ideology to take away our freedom, because our cars give us freedom. Now, it is the case that electric cars are more environmentally damaging than gas or petrol ones. So we need to be honest about that. But I'm going to now be handing you over to the Deputy Leader of Anti-Corruption Ireland, Terry Lawton, who's here today with his grey trailer, which explains to us about the climate change hoax. You all know that climate change, man-made climate change, and I suspect many of you understand that it is a hoax. It's a lie to bring in full-blown communism. And even if we were to go along with this hoax, we know that Little Ireland produces 0.00012 of the carbon emissions man-made on this planet. If you find that number hard to remember, that's zero. It's zero. So there's nothing any one of us can do on this island to have any impact on the planet. The planet has been here for, what, 5 billion years? It's not going away in 10 years, as these lunatics keep telling us. The planet will be here long after us. It is a lie, and we are being told everything we do is damaging the planet. This is a downright lie to implement full-blown monitoring of us, taxing us into oblivion. And Terry Lawton is going to explain how they're doing this. So I'm going to hand it over. You're sick of listening to me.
Yeah! Come on, Terry!
Folks, this is my chemtrail wagon. I've been going around the streets for the past year. I had the chemtrail wagon before this, just raising awareness, just bringing the attention to the people, to the biggest crime of our time, which is the global chemtrail / climate engineering program, which is causing extreme climate change, which is being used as the tool to enslave humanity in the form of carbon taxes and a straitjacket of green communist environmental controls. And it's the biggest crime of our time, folks, the biggest mass murder operation in world history we are looking at in the skies every day. We don't have any visible trails in the sky today, but air pollution is now the biggest cause of death on the planet, responsible for more deaths than anything else. And what do the mainstream media blame as the culprits for this air pollution? They blame you, they blame me for driving cars and for burning coal. This is the culprit, but there's not one mention of the hundreds of millions of tons of substances being dumped deliberately into our atmosphere every year to facilitate this satanic atmospheric agenda. It's just pure evil to the core, folks. Everything about the entire control system, whether it be the universities who are now proposing spraying our skies as a solution to global warming, pure evil. Cambridge University, Harvard University, doesn't matter. Universities, the corporations like Google, they're all run by Satan. All we got to do to see Google actually flaunting in their face when it comes to telling us who they actually represent. Just look at the Google Chrome symbol, and you will see that it says 666. The number of the beast. They tell us they are the devil. This is the work of the devil. This is the headquarters of Satan. He's not here himself in person, but obviously he might. If he was, we wouldn't see him anywhere. But none of the rest of them were coming out, so maybe he is hidden in there. I don't know. But each and every one of these individuals that are working in here are servants of evil, and they are accessories to murder. Each and every one of them, all accessories to murder. Google is being used as the spy agency to collect data on us all, to work against us all, to bring us into a complete totalitarian surveillance system. And they are using the chemtrails as a part of this. They're blocking out the sun. They're turning the atmosphere into a plasma, which acts as a conductive medium to transmit their 5G signals through. The cloud, just like in the Terminator, the Skynet, everything is going to be blocked out. The sun is going to be blocked out, and everything is going to be stored in the cloud, and Google is going to be harnessing all this information in lifetime. It's science fiction. It's even hard to explain, folks. It's the spraying smart dust on us, tiny little sensors that are in us all. I don't have the technology to find this stuff. It's laboratory stuff that we don't have the access to. I don't know anybody with a microscope who can see this stuff, but we're all breathing this in. It's in the air. Lots of people in America have had tests, and they have seen it in their blood, tiny little silver sensors. And they want it everywhere, folks. They want everything to be communicating through these sensors and reporting back to the cloud, or the 5G Internet of Things. And Google is at the forefront of all this. All the data, everything is being centralized here through Google. Not just here, but worldwide. A total surveillance system. But just insane, folks. The level of evil that's going on is just hard to fathom. And each and every employee here, I don't think any of them have come out and voiced their opinion or actually had any debate with anybody here? Has anybody spoken to any of the people working in here? Are they available for conversation?
No.
Shame on them all. Shame on them all, whether they're Irish or not. This is not about patriotism. This is about saving our planet from the destruction of Satan and his servants. And everybody working in here is a servant of Satan, whether they know it or not. If they don't already know, I'm here to tell you that you are a servant of Satan, and you have a duty of care to your Creator. Your Creator is a good Creator. It's not Satan. You were created in the image of God, not by Satan. And you need to come down here and join with free humanity who is against this satanic takeover of our planet. You are with the devil. You are in there. As long as you reside in there and say nothing and keep on with your job, you're working for the devil. It's not a good enough excuse to say that we didn't know, we don't know what's going on, we just have a job to do and this and that. It's not good enough anymore, folks. Everybody knows now that the entire planet is run by evil. All the corporations, the Garda Síochána, all the corruption, everything within them. Everybody knows that the EPA, all of these criminal agencies that are supposed to be doing all these jobs for us, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And all of the people working in these agencies, I've put them all on notice. They know that they're involved in the chemtrail program, these EPA. The Garda Síochána know that they're working for the biggest criminal gang in the country.
Shame.
And you know, why don't all of these servants of evil just down their tools and just join humanity? Because it's only these servants that keep this machine going. The tiny few psychopathic inbred royal banking elite at the top. Only a few thousand of them in it. They control the billions of us. It's the tail wagging the dog, the prime example of it. And it doesn't have to be like this. We are controlled by these psychos through all of this artificial, through the mind control to basically make these people believe that there's no other way out. They have to keep in their jobs. We can have such a great world. Everybody down the tools, get rid of the psychos, and we have the infrastructure for a beautiful world. Government could work perfectly. The infrastructure is there. It's just the wrong people are running it. We could have good people in government. We could have a good political party to run this country, like Anti-Corruption Ireland, which is going to get in power next year. But we need the vote of the people. We have to have the people on our side. And really, I'll tell you, it's the most exciting for me to be alive in my activism, because I pretty much felt like giving up so many times, folks. But since I've came across this amazing lady here, Gemma, I'd never heard of her until 3 months ago, and she's just a breath of fresh air. She's the voice for this country, and I don't like saying that either. She doesn't like hearing that either. We all need to be the voice for this country. But she has just such an amazing voice. She's representing this country. She's a great ambassador, but she has set up this amazing Anti-Corruption Ireland party, and it's everything it's for is for goodness, and it's just against everything bad. And Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, all this fake opposition crap, we're never going to get anywhere with them because they're all controlled, as you all know. But really, if Anti-Corruption Ireland could get into power, we could really start shaking things up, and we could get enough people on our side. But we have to start getting people on our side, folks. Today, it's a good enough turnout. It's more than 20 or 30 people that were here yesterday. But there should be hundreds, if not thousands of people here. This is an attack on us all, not just on Gemma. To have Gemma's 2 YouTube channels taken down, it's not just an attack on Gemma. This is our free speech, as you all know. And if we put up with this, that's the end. It's the end, because once free speech is bans on free speech are implemented in any communist dictatorship, that's a slippery slope to guaranteed extermination and atrocity. And so we really have to stand up and be counted now. We don't have to fight. We don't have to pick up a pike like we did 200 years ago. We don't have to fire a shot. We don't have to raise any arm. We don't have to get physical whatsoever. This is a war for the mind, folks. This is a war for, it's good versus evil. And basically, you're either on the side of good or you're on the side of evil.